Hello, this is the Audio Network Visualizer. When you first start the program, this is basically the window that you see. We have these two empty boxes above that allows you to visualize what the network is doing. Below we see some information on the above boxes and a menu to manipulate your input and output visualization. So we're going to start by loading a pre-trained model. This one specifically, we trained it on 200 Hertz sinusoid and 40 Hertz sinusoid. So it's able to distinguish between the two different sinusoids. And here it's basically generating each individual layer function as well as setting the weights to our pre-trained model values. So once it's loaded, here we see that it has an input of basically silence at the moment, and the bottom here is visualizing layer 1 of our network, which is a convolutional layer with an input size of 8,000 samples. So this is sampled at 16K kilohertz, which means that each input basically frame will be half a second long. So the output of this layer is what we're currently seeing here. Is basically a 200 feature by 8,000 length output. And above here is basically we're having no signal at the moment. So I'm going to change the input mode. Here is able to capture the live audio. So as you can notice that the bottom view changes as the top view changes as well. So we could see basically what layer 1 outputs given an input. I'm going to freeze the frame, and so we're able to basically go and look at the different layers of this later on. You're also able to play the audio sample. Oh geez. So I had the audio turned up way too loud. So let me show you that again. Basically, that's just a white noise that you hear in the background that I captured. Let's see what other features. So we could also zoom into the weights to get a more detailed view of it. We also have 4 different output modes. We have basically the 2D map of the output of each layer. We can also show you what the output is in terms of having each row as a single line plot. And we can zoom in here. Here we actually see the actual weight values of our layer 1 hidden layer. As you can see, the green line here is the bias, and that's why it's kind of a lot more different than the rest, and then the rest are just simple weights. And then again, we could see the weights in a 2D map, where these are the weights, and this right here with a discontinuity is the bias. So we can also capture different static input modes. Here we could basically input 2 different types of sinusoids that we talked about earlier, 240 Hertz. We can also input a cropped sample of our timid dataset. This one, for example, is a female from this region, and it's an A sample. So what you're hearing is supposed to be an A by that female. So I will now quickly go through the different layers with the different output modes, and I'll have my live counterpart kind of comment on what's going on. So